Hey, everybody, welcome to this episode of Think Business Live. Looking forward to talking with Lesley Hensell. Lesley, I'm looking forward to talking with you. You're the author of the Amazon Incubator, Grow Your Business, or Hatch a New One. You are the co-founder of Riverbend Consulting, 85 plus employees who solve critical problems and offer effective growth strategies to help people grow and run their Amazon business, which is really exciting. I think a lot of people are trying to figure out how to do that. As a business coach, from someone who works for solopreneurs to Fortune companies and everything in between, I think a lot of people are trying to figure out, how do I use Amazon, to grow my business or to start a business? For those who are stuck and not knowing really how to use Amazon, what's one thing that they can do to get unstuck and kind of start that process going?
Such a great question, John. Thank you so much for having me on.
Yeah.
So, getting unstuck, it doesn't really matter what size business you are. You could be an existing brand and you just haven't solved the Amazon equation, or you could be a solopreneur who wants to launch on Amazon. I think the first thing to focus on when you are stuck is to really focus on your product. It is just like old school brick and mortar retail sales. You've got to figure out what makes your product or the product that you wish to offer stand out from the competition, and then focus on that on Amazon with the marketing tools available there online.
Yeah. So I love that. So if you were so let's talk about the product, right? So what's one thing somebody can take when they have one product to really kind of, you talked about marketing products. The one marketing, what's the first marketing product they use? I find that a lot of times people have a hard time just figuring out how to get started. So if they have the one product, what's the one marketing tool they need to start with?
It is the most basic thing, but it is neglected by even large businesses on Amazon. And that is making your listing detail page beautiful and exciting. So the listing detail page is like the ad on Amazon, where you're going looking at the product, you see the headline, the bullet points, and the photos. So many companies just have like the one product shot, but people need you to really enhance the product in their imagination. You can add up to 7 photos, and you can add videos about your product. In those photos, you want, and I know this sounds cheesy, but it's true, you want hot women, dogs, and babies. So you want lifestyle images that show your product being used or in someone's home.
Yeah.
And if you can get 3 for 3 on that, it really does sell. Having then the copy be talking to the consumer and not talking to yourself. So the benefits of the product have to go right up top in those bullet points that you see on that Amazon page. Not just saying, the product's 24 inches long, but saying the perfect size for, and whatever the use of the product is. You have to talk to the buyer as much as you can on that listing page. And if you really get it right there, you're already ahead of a lot of the competition.
I love it. All right. And so that is great. Thank you for that. So I want to do kind of a mini business course, and I want to break it down into 3 things. And so somebody is listening to this and they're saying, and every time I interview somebody who does what you do, I always think, God, there's got to be like a product out there, So I want kind of like the 3 fundamental kind of like somebody who's like, hey, you know what? I've been trying to find a side hustle. Amazon platform is there. What are the 3? And you already mentioned a bunch, but now I'm ready to go. Like, what are the 3 key things I got to do? Number 1.
So you need to set up your basic business system. I mean, old school. You've got to have books. You've got to have your invoices, because Amazon might ask you for them to make sure products are authentic. You have to have systems for capturing your mileage and doing your taxes. I know that is so basic, but people see Amazon as a side hustle, so they don't do that. So that is number 1, is just the basic business fundamentals.
Right. Set up the LLC. Get everything in order as if you're having a real business. So even if it's a side hustle, you still got to have a P&L. You got to do the fundamentals, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, perfect. That's great to know. I think people, I agree with you, gloss over that and think they can just throw up, something. All right. So that's great. Number two.
Right, because we don't want to work for free.
Correct.
And
Correct.
out at the end of the year, I was working for free. We don't want that. So number two is finding a great product. This is where most people get stumped
Yeah.
because either they're not willing to do or afraid of retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, which does have some drawbacks, um, or they look at these huge catalogs from wholesalers. They don't know what to do. So I have a great strategy to share that sounds crazy and it works. So where you live, there are business parks. Where everybody lives, there are business parks, even in rural America.
Yeah.
These are like the mixed industrial where people create products and then they warehouse them and sell them through distribution networks. A lot of those guys have products that can go online, but they don't want the hassle. They don't know how to sell online. They don't want to do it. You can go to these folks in these business parks and say, hey, I want to be your exclusive Amazon rep. I will set up all your listing detail pages. You're going to give me the best possible deal. I can return product and I'm going to market for you and take this cut. It is a great way to get started. And what's awesome,
Great.
you have exclusivity because they don't want to deal with more than one of you.
Yeah.
So I promise this is an awesome way to get going on Amazon.
So smart.
One's off
Yeah. Yeah, so smart. What's number three?
And then number three is you really have to focus on what will actually make you money. A lot of sellers' mistake is that they spend so much money on pay-per-click ads. They will get really excited because they turn on PPC and it works. And then they just dump in more money and more money. And they don't realize that soon they're going negative. So it's understanding when you move into that next phase and you're advertising the product, you have to do it in a controlled way so you don't end up just taking a bath on ads.
Yeah, I love it. That is, those are great. Three key ways to kind of get started on Amazon. I want to go to something because you keep on, you kind of, we've been talking a little bit about getting stuck and not a side hustle. It's a real business. I feel like people are kind of there's many people out there who are in a turning point in their life, right? And they're trying to figure out what to do. They want to start a side business that they can maybe, grow it, have it as some side income. I think people are looking for different income avenues. And so somebody who is kind of in their life right now, not even thinking about Amazon, why is Amazon perfect for their lifestyle? 3 reasons.
Okay, I am with them because I originally on Amazon was a mommypreneur, one of those people who started doing Amazon because they had a problem to solve with their family. In my case, I had to start homeschooling a special needs kid, and I was able to do Amazon as a side hustle and make enough money to pay for all of his therapy and then his special needs school. And that is an amazing opportunity that there aren't many other things with that flexibility that are a real business. So what's great is you really can fit it into your schedule. You do not have to work certain hours or certain times. It is all on your time. Number 2 is you can hire virtual assistants, VAs, and teams of VAs who can scale the business affordably. So you are not a slave to the business 24/7, which is awesome. Not many side hustles offer that either. And number 3 is you really can work from anywhere. I don't want to make it sound like it's that I'm living on a beach and not working on a real business. It's a real business and it's hard work, but you can do it from the beach, from the mountains, or, sitting next to your kid while they're doing their homework. You can do it from anywhere.
Yeah, I love it. I appreciate that. That is great. So tell us more about your journey. Success is never a straight line. How did you get here? And was there a mentor along the way that words of wisdom kind of helped you get here?
So Amazon, like I mentioned a minute ago, it was really the key to our family having a healthy life together. I have a kid who's on the autism spectrum with learning disabilities, and I had to quit my very lucrative consulting business and do something so that I could homeschool him and still have some income. And
Yeah.
Amazon was the way that I did that, which is super fantastic. It's been so flexible for our family over the years. And also, best part, if you've got kids, my kids have learned how to work and they have learned how a business runs because they
Yeah.
have worked in our Amazon business now for 13 years. So
And
I
so,
had a 2-year-old during inventory.
yeah. And so, what was the first product that you chose? Because now you've created a consulting company to help other people
Mhm.
do it. What was your first product?
So back in the day when I started, I was doing all retail arbitrage, buying from discount stores and flipping on Amazon. A lot of people still do that. I also did library book sales back when that was cool. You can still make money on library book sales. You just have to be selective what you buy. All these are viable methods. Retail arbitrage is a really good entree because you don't have to have a lot of money to get started. You just need to be
Yeah.
really careful what you buy. And now I have some exclusive arrangements that I do some selling for companies. Like I was mentioning earlier with that business model of working with the local businesses, where I sell for people exclusively on Amazon, which is awesome. And I really love doing that. But it's gotten very hands off for me because I do have that VA team that does the work. And then Riverbend Consulting now is like my full-time job, and selling on Amazon is still my side hustle.
It's great. I love it. I love it. All right, let's talk about. I love that you turned this into what you've turned it into, right? Starting it with the retail and moving it to a consulting company, and now you're sharing your story. You're helping other people in your book, The Amazon Incubator: Grow Your Business or Hatch a New One. What's the reader going to get from that book?
So it's easier to say what you won't get because if you Google out there, how do I sell on Amazon? You find very expensive courses. And frankly, you find some scammy things that will just get you in trouble on Amazon and you will lose your business, like drop shipping scams and all the videos with the Lamborghinis and the watches and the mansions. That's not what I'm selling. I have a $25 book, not a $5,000 course. And it is a
Yeah,
blueprint of how to set up the business, how to set your goals, and then understanding the choices you have to make. Do I want to ship it myself or have Amazon ship it? Do I want to do
yeah,
private label products or do I want to sell wholesale? And it walks you through each of those decisions just to help you
yeah.
put your own plan together based on your own goals, not the goals that other people think you have, that all you really want is a Lamborghini.
Correct. Right. No, I agree with you. And what can somebody expect to make doing something? Let's say, let's start at, you know, if they commit to 10 hours a week or 20 hours a month, what can someone expect to make in an Amazon business?
So I think it is extremely reasonable to say you want to add $3,000 to $5,000 a month of extra income, bottom line income to your household in an Amazon business that you work part time. And then
Yeah.
to scale that larger is not that hard. It just
Yeah.
takes consistency and focus. But if short term, you just need that extra 3 grand a month to pay off some credit cards or to build up your savings or whatever you need to do, that is something that can be a month two goal.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. And and some of the people that you work with, what are some bigger numbers that people can just be kind of thinking about and processing?
So I know private label sellers who turn, 10 million, 20 million, $30 million in revenue a year on Amazon, and they are making great margins. They're probably taking home 20%, some of these guys.
Yeah.
You can get rich selling on Amazon. You can get rich building an Amazon business and selling it. That has slowed down some, but it still exists as an opportunity. And it can really go however you want it to go, whatever your goal might be. A lot of folks dip their toe in and decide they just want the side hustle, and then
Yeah.
some become addicted and build brand after brand after brand. I know guys that now have 7, 8, 9 brands going on Amazon, and they're super happy, have a lot of freedom in their lives that they never thought they would have.
And when you say private label, how do you mean?
Anytime that you develop your own product and your own brand. So you're probably going to a contract manufacturer, either in the States or overseas. They're designing the product with you, creating it, and putting your own brand, your own trademarked branding on that product.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. This has been great. This has been great. Let's do a quick speed round. What is a recent book or a TED Talk or an article that's had a big impact on you, Lesley?
I recently reread Deep Work by Cal Newport.
It's a good one.
He is the master of managing your time and really getting the most out of your time every day. I love him.
Yeah, he's a great book. That's a great book. He's a great author. Best piece of wisdom you've ever received?
Oh, my dad used to say, give 10% and save 10%, and you will always know that your money's in the right place.
That's a great one. I love that one. Finish this sentence. One thing everybody needs to do to get over the fear of starting an Amazon because they want to, but they're getting in their own way is?
Send me a message on LinkedIn. I will talk to you anytime and talk you through it and hold your hand. Seriously, I love it when people reach out so that we can answer their questions and their fears. Yeah. And that's not a charged service. That is I'm your Amazon buddy. Let me be your buddy. Let me talk you through it.
I love it. I love what you're doing, Lesley. This has been outstanding. I appreciate you. Tell everybody where they can connect with you, learn more about you, and get your book, hire you for your services, and help them, evolve their Amazon passions.
If you go to my website, theamazonincubator.com, there are links there to all the major retailers where you can buy the book. Would love it if you'd buy. There's also some bonuses right now. If you buy in the pre-order period, which goes up to the 23rd, you can find me, Lesley Hensell, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Instagram. Send me a message. Would always love to talk to any of you. And if you have challenges with an existing Amazon business, head over to Riverbend Consulting, and we are here to solve your problems.
I love it. I love it. Lesley, this has been great. I love this podcast because I'm a business coach. I work with people all over the globe who are successful but stuck. I get them unstuck. And what I love about the podcast is I get to have guests like you in 18 minutes, give people so much content to help them get unstuck. You said so many great things, and this new format that I have, we kind of break it up into chunks and we market it in different ways. We channel it to different ways. And so you gave so much content, but Think Community, I just want to just kind of talk about a through line that Lesley started, which is if you have the mentor to walk you through it, it's not as hard as it may seem, and I think a lot of times people think it's hard. And so you have this amazing book and you have a contact in Lesley. Feel free to reach out to her because I think a lot of times people right now, I hear this from a lot of people, but everybody's looking, not everybody, a lot of people are looking to make some extra money. You got to do the work, the deep work, like the book you're talking about, but it's possible. And I appreciate you giving a path for what that may be a good fit for people. Give them your website one more time.
theamazonincubator.com or riverbendconsulting.com. You can find me either place.
Great. And you can reach me, Think Community, at johndwoskin.com for any coaching needs. Lesley, stay on, but I appreciate your time. This was awesome. Thanks so much.
Thank you, John.